Hey everybody, it is Tuesday and it's 2 o'clock, so that means it is time for Top 5 Tuesday. And today we have a special guest in the studio here. Yes, and go ahead and introduce yourself because I know you can. Or do you want me to introduce you?
You can introduce me. Go ahead.
This is my great friend and the producer of the Racing Insiders podcast. He's also the star of hashtag Where's Wesley. That would be Wesley Outland. So say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, Kate. How are you?
Oh, yeah. We've been friends for a long time, and it's cool. We get together, and we're here on Top 5 Tuesday. So the first time we've had a special guest, I think, you know, on actual Top 5 Tuesday. So it's kind of fun to do something new. Lots of stuff going on today because today, in case you didn't know, is International Women's Day. Yeah, it's International Women's Day. I don't know if you knew that.
So when is International Man's Day?
They
have got a holiday for everything nowadays, I swear.
Well, because there's lots of calendars. There's 360.
So it was Bloody Mary Day last Sunday, Bloody Mary Day. That's why you had me get Bloody Mary.
Yeah, I don't know. We had a Bloody Mary bar on Sunday. That was the first time Wesley ever had a Bloody Mary ever. And yeah, I about took out an eye.
I got assaulted by a Bloody Mary, literally.
It's going to sound like I threw it at you.
It is the truth.
No, we were laughing so hard, and he literally burst a blood vessel in his eye. For real. Yeah, he did. See? Look at that. Yep, because he laughed too hard. And anyway, so don't laugh so hard that you have Bloody Mary coming through your nose. That's a bad thing to do. So.
Somebody said something funny, and I don't know. Anyway, so the other things, so we got to talk about what we're giving away this week. You want to talk about what we're giving away this week? Hey, so we have got a lot of cool stuff. Andrew Garris and the great people at Pro Fabrication. Of course, Pro Fabrication, headers and exhausts, quality that wins. They have got an awesome t-shirt. This is a size 3XL. So
I've got a couple of other sizes.
We've got other sizes. So we just grab one off the rack, as she said.
Yeah. So what we'll do is, it's an awesome shirt. So to win the giveaway, all you need to do is just leave a comment. You can say hi. You can leave an emoticon. You can leave a question. If you have any special questions for Wesley, that might be a fun little segment for us to do today. So just enter the drawing. But since we're talking about ProFab, I actually have something special to show you guys because we worked with ProFab since like last year in October and came out with the new set of headers for 604 dirt late models. But then they did more testing in this past month here. And now it's a combination of using anti-reversion mufflers with these. And I want to show them to you. So I actually did bring, oh, look at this. I actually do have a header in the office today. And they've done a great job. So we're using actually the Dynatech. These are designed by Hendren Racing Engines, the anti-reversion mufflers. And down at ProFab, they've got welding the tabs on. Eventually, a version of this will be produced by ProFab in stainless. And in fact, I do not have these. I don't have a revised picture on the website yet, but I do have these headers available on the website. They run $1,700 for a set, and that's with the stainless headers and the mild steel anti-reversion mufflers. Those, of course, from ProFab. So that's our featured item here this week.
There you go. For a second there, I thought you were pulling out a Tommy gun.
Oh no, the gun's over there. So anyway, the other things we want to talk about this week is if you haven't seen it, I don't know, love to hear if you guys listen to podcasts. But in fact, that's where Wesley and I were working together on the Racing Insiders podcast. There's actually now a tab on the CrateInsider.com website that says podcast, and it'll take you to a whole different website for RacingInsidersPodcast.com. But I just released a new episode yesterday. And in fact, actually, we have our first 2 interviews I released last week.
Yes.
One interview is with you and telling your story.
Absolutely.
Your story of struggle.
Yes.
Then there's one telling my story about how I became the girl who sells race car parts because, you don't really just, I don't know. I'm not like 7 years old going, Daddy, when I grow up, I want to sell race car parts. It's just, there's a whole path that got me there. And it didn't necessarily start anyway. That's the whole podcast. You can listen to all of that. But yesterday was really fun and interesting. And it's kind of, I love the story of turning a loss into a win. So when I was in California last fall, I met Mark Norris from Norris Racing, and I sat down to do a video interview with him, but the video got messed up, but the sound was great. So I turned that into the podcast. And I loved talking with him and hearing his stories, starting racing back in 1970. So anyway, check out the podcast. It would really help me a lot if you're listening on iTunes, like on an iPhone, hit that subscribe button, but it would really, really help to leave a review. So if you could, just hit the write a review button and just say a sentence or two about that. And, let's make sure that we've got a racing podcast out on iTunes that's, there's a lot of cool podcasts out there, but let's help that rank a little bit better. So that would be my big ask.
Tomorrow morning at 11 a.m., Kate Dillon of CrateInsider.com is going to join me on my Fox Sports Radio podcast, Finish Line. And you're going to get to kind of have an uncensored Kate Dillon, because I'm going to ask her questions about not only the racing business, but what is her thoughts of racing in general? What does she think?
Yeah, shit's about to get real.
Yeah, it's going to be the bomb. So check it out on Fox Sports Radio, iHeartRadio, Tuned In Radio, Community Radio Network.
See, I didn't actually have that link, so we're not dropping that link. We'll drop that link after the show. All right, there is one more thing I want to mention too, is we did put out, we did a video last week from Dominator with street stock parts, and then today we put out a video with our 602 recommendations from Hendren Racing Engines. And in fact, there's a downloadable, so if you wanted to download the 602 recommendation sheet, we'll have a link right here that'll just send you over to a landing page. You can enter your email and it'll just be emailed to you. Like it'll email you and you click on a button, and that way you can print it out and you've got access to it for a long time. So with that, we can jump right into Top 5 Tuesday. Well, actually, let's say hi to few people here.
Yes.
And say hello and to see if there's any questions. Why goodness, we have tons of comments over here. Oh my God, you're not in the coat room. All right. Okay, can I tell a funny story? Anybody who missed it, PRI this last year is where we kicked off the whole Where's Wesley segments. And Wesley's just doing a live video, and he's walking around the convention center, and he's in this room, and he thought he was in the apparel room.
I was trying to sell the PRI apparel. That was my quest to go there. It turns
out, though, he was in the coat check room. And it was hilarious, and we're still laughing.
They still laugh about it to this day.
Yeah, so it's good stuff. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and jump into Top 5 Tuesday.
All right, so we're going to go into number 5 in the countdown, or number 5 on the list for Top 5 Tuesday is going to be the Daytona 130/60 gear lube. It ranges for $68.19 a gallon at CrateInsider.com. Talk a little bit more about it, Kate.
Yeah, so 30/60. I mean, if you're going for your quick change rear ends, this is the gear oil that we recommend. And a lot of guys have that idea that a 30/60 is way too light. What we found is it's not too light. I mean, this is the fastest 30/60 gear oil out there, is what Daytona 1's new tagline is. And what's so cool about it is it really keeps down the parasitic drag. So you don't have that extra drag. And like the best way to explain that I understand it the best is that like when you've got the gear and it's rolling around in the oil and that centrifugal force, all of a sudden this little gear ends up looking like this big. Well, what this does, it's not as sticky, and so it keeps it lubricated. But the whole idea is you wanted to run a gear that's this size. If you'd have wanted to run a gear that was that size, you'd have put that size gear in. So this cuts down on this parasitic drag. It cuts down on the friction, which means it also cuts down on heat. And the end result is we end up with better horsepower, and we're also keeping those parts safer as well. So never had a failure with this. Great for quick change rear ends, and it can last for your whole season.
And a good price too.
Yeah, so Daytona 1 30/60 gear oil and the number 5 spot. All right, kick us off with number 4.
All right, so at number 5 was, of course, Daytona 1. Number 4 is going to be the Dominator Race Body Bolt Kit. Okay, so there you go. 10 colored washers, steel washers, nylon, head bolts, all in a pack. Hey, tell them all about that at number 4.
This comes in like 12 different colors, whatever you want to choose. And also, there's an option for a hex head or an Allen head. I have to say we're selling more of the hex heads, and I do keep some of the black ones in stock, like the black hex heads. But then as we see the popularity, we'll also expand with the colors that we have on hand. The other ones, then, of course, we just ship straight from the manufacturer. But only $15, and I know it just gives a nicer presentation for your body, and this way you can match it up to whatever your wrap is. All right, so tell us what's number 3.
Number 3 is going to be for Top 5 Tuesday, the Klotz oil change kit, and this is the Klotz Racing Performance 10W40 oil. We're also going to add also the Wix filters, because you obviously, you change your oil, you got to have a filter. Whether it's a race car or your automobile personal vehicles, you have to do the same. So yes, it is,
and it's our oil change kit includes 7. You get to hold it. You get to be Vanna. Yes. You're Vanna. Well, I'll be Vanna. There we go. So it's actually our Klotz oil change kit includes 7 quarts of the Klotz, but we don't have 7 hands, so we just rolled with this. So 7 quarts of oil and an oil filter. And the reason why is because in these Crate engines, we recommend going with the 7 quarts of oil. And I know I get that feedback asking, why are there 7 quarts, not 8? Because the GM manual says 8. The reason why is because you're going to get better performance. You need that crankshaft to be able to kiss the oil. You don't need it to be drowning in it. And we're not changing oil every 5,000 miles. We're changing it every 100 laps.
Right.
So we're going to change it more often. So 7 quarts, better for performance all the way around the board. So our Klotz oil change kit runs.
The Klotz oil change kit runs for $108.92, and you can, of course, order it at CrateInsider.com.
Perfect. Well, I should mention at this time, before we go into the top 2 here, is that we will have a second drawing. As many of you know, if you're loyal listeners or loyal watchers of Top 5 Tuesday, you know that we'll be doing a second drawing. So if you know what my sign said last week that I came up with 1 minute beforehand.
I came up with this one.
Yes, Wesley came up with this one. But if you remember what it said last week, then we'll be doing a separate drawing, and you will win a Crate Insider t-shirt. We've got one of our white t-shirts, and you'll be able to pick your size. So that's what we're going with. You do. You do. Actually, my phone's ringing, and we'll have to call them back. All right. So tell us, what's in the number 2 spot, Wesley?
So the number 2 spot for Top 5 Tuesday is the anti-reversion mufflers. You get a pair of these right here. From Dynatech, $219.98. Order them at CrateInsider.com. And
well, they all know it's CrateInsider.com because they're watching CrateInsider.com.
You can never go too wrong saying it enough.
I know. So our mufflers, these are, of course, designed by Hand-Drawn Racing Engines. They're produced by Dynatech. And the way they work is that when your engine opens up for that exhaust pulse, it wants to suck whatever it creates a vacuum. And so if there's anything left in the end of your header tubes, then that dead exhaust gas can be drawn right back into the engine. So instead, with these anti-reversion mufflers, it has a pocket on the inside. And so when that dead exhaust gas is hanging out at the end of that muffler here, and that port opens up, it'll be sucked into the pocket, and that way you're getting a nice clean fresh air charge into the engine. And that's where, what's that going to do? You're going to get more torque. That's what we're going for. A lot of times we're limited on horsepower and Crate engines, but where we have opportunities is with torque, and that's what we find with the anti-reversion mufflers. And these happen to be the 3-inch in, 3-inch out, so it's 3-inch expanded. It'll go on any of your 3-inch collectors, and that makes it so you can install it on any 3-inch collector. So yeah, again, the number 2 spot is the anti-reversion mufflers by Hand-Drawn Racing Engines. All right, next up, tell us, bring us home here, the top spot here.
Well, we flew by for our top 5. We got one more. She's got it right here in her hand, not mine. It is the Walker 4-inch. Oh, there you go. Hi, look at this. Ring of fire.
There we go. All right.
It is the number 1 Walker 4-inch air filter. And I love the price. You think it's $300? You think it's $200? No, it's not even $100. It's under $99 right there for the Walker 4-inch air filter. Talk about that, Kate. Well, and you were talking about it earlier today. You saw it.
I was. I mean, I was answering some questions on the phone. It's something I have done before on Top 5 Tuesday. Thought we might as well do it again. And it is a 4-inch filter, but the 4 inches refers to the element right here. But one thing we love about these Walker air filters is the urethane, and that it really creates a great seal. So, but when I actually measure this with my tape measure, that we're going to come up with something closer to 5 inches. You can see it right there. So 5 inches is about the height where we're at.
And that is because of the rubber.
Yep. The rubber seal.
The filter itself is 4 inches.
It is. On the inside there is the 4 inches of the filter. But we've had great success with these, and we have lots of customers running them. They are washable and cleanable. I know some guys get 2 because that way you can have one that's drying while you're washing the other one and just kind of rotate them from week to week.
You did it to me, so I have to do it to you.
Oh, no, there's even thumbnails. Wesley, there's at least more than one. There's at least one thumbnail with me wearing it like that.
Oh, so. Really? Okay,
yeah,
so we're gonna make a new thumbnail for me then.
Yeah.
Take me to your.
Oh my God! You know what? You look like one of those like Shakespeare. You were gonna go with Shakespeare later. You like that Shakespeare collar?
Yes, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, there we go.
Talking about what is it? The Renaissance days.
Yes, it is. All right, so we got lots of comments, and we're gonna go ahead and drop this in. We do have Alex's help here today in the office.
Yes, he's our executive producer.
And don't say anything. We don't announce anything. So we're gonna. I just drew a number here. I'm going to give that to Alex. And then Alex is going to tell me how many people knew my sign from last week. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, we've got a whole little system here now. And I will have a number for him. So in a moment, we'll find out who are our winners of our ProFab t-shirt and our Crate Insider t-shirt. In the meantime, I'm going to take a look at some of the comments here and say hi to some folks. And we've got so many great people. Jonathan Gilbert, hey, are y'all coming to Cherokee any this year? Wesley was just there this last weekend. I will be back on March 24th, but that's for MAV TV. And I'll be there a bunch too. Yeah. So great. Is that our first drawing, Alex? Yep. So Dave Bryant. Dave, you are the winner of our ProFab t-shirt here.
David I'm writing this Bryant. Down. You are the winner of this shirt.
I think you may have won before, but just to be sure, just go ahead and please send me a private message with your address and also with your shirt size, and I'll let you know what I've got that's closest to your shirt size on that. And then for, funny enough, we were just talking to Jonathan Gilbert. You are the winner of the Crate Insider t-shirt. So Jonathan, if you would, please send me a private message with your address and with your shirt size, and I'll get that sent out to you. And I'm just going to take a quick look. Oh, we got David here from Texas, Matt from Iowa. Oh, gosh, lots of people here today. This is a sign. Yes. Well, that was the sign from last week. Okay. That's like you gave it up now. Yeah, it's no longer a secret. Yeah, Where's Wesley shows. That's cool. Yeah,
thank you, Jay Harkey. Appreciate it.
And you know what? Let's just tell that story really quick because it really was. And I see Marshall just put clots in his engine. That's great, yes. And that's awesome. I'm just seeing. Dave says I knew that air filter was in there somewhere. Yeah, so there are some of these products that I end up saying like are not going to be only on monthly at Top 5 Tuesday, right. Like matched valve springs and Crate Insider flat air filter bases. They were just there every week, and it's boring when it's the same stuff. So might have to outlaw it for a little while, and we are having a good time. Let's see. When buying, here's a good question, Rusty. When buying a 602 crate from GM, are they pre-broke in? My new crate engine had some leftover oil still in the pan. No, They are not broken in. No, that could just be some assembly lube or something, but they are not broken in from GM. So not at all. But where's Wesley? Like really quickly, that was you and I talking about you doing some walks at PRI.
Yes.
And you just had this idea for where's like, make it like where's Waldo, but like make it where's Wesley. I just took it to the next step and I put Wesley's face, on a Waldo. Yeah.
And I get so many people, they come to me and they say, Kate, well, why do you let them make fun of you? And I'm like, they're not making fun of me. I love it. Damn it. I mean, that's the purpose of why we did it. It's unique and
it's a brand.
I lost a bet to Kate. So for PRI this year, I actually have to dress up in the Where's Waldo costume. I don't know if I'm really looking forward to that, but I think it's going
to be epic.
I'm going to be a striped candy cane during Christmas time.
We're going to make that super fun.
At the epicenter of racing.
But they say this kind of thing happens. I mean, like we're planning this stuff, 8 or 9, 10 months in advance.
The PRI deal was great. And then I said, hey, why don't we do it for Speed Weeks?
Yeah.
And we went to Screven, we went to Hendry, we went to Bubba Raceway, we went to, to Volusia, we went to
and then it coming back
up to Cherokee Speedway, and it went perfect.
It was really, really great.
And I'm happy for you because you're getting business, the word's getting out there, people are texting me, promoters are texting me, people are, hey, where's Wesley? And it's just I love the fact that it's getting word about CrateInsider.com, and if me being a Waldo character was just to do it, so be it.
Well, it makes you stand out because I know you've got a goal this year.
The goal is I want to beat Mohawk Man.
Yep,
Mohawk Man. I want to beat Mohawk Man.
There's this guy with this giant mohawk.
Yes, every year. Because I figured if I dress up like Waldo, and have like Where's Wesley on the back, CrateInsider.com on the front, like this logo here on the chest area here,
West, Crate Insider man,
and I think it'd be cool. I think the only time, so me and Kate do have an arrangement. The only time I have to put it on is when I'm doing the video stuff.
Yep.
The other time I can put my regular clothes on again.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have a videographer guy helping me.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
So
it's a long ways out. We're way prematurely promoting this right now. So.
Oh yeah.
It's all good. But anyway, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching Top 5 Tuesday, being part of this. I look forward to seeing you next week at Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you then.
Bye, guys. See you later.